The last dish we're going to look at today is that great British classic of cauliflower cheese. Now today, to make that, you need one large cauliflower which you need to break up into its florets, which will then need to be boiled for a couple of minutes. Right, you've got to make sure that the cauliflower is tender but not soft, or else it will turn to mush when you cook it in the oven. So when it's tender, you need to strain it. Well, the next job is to start making the sauce. So this is going to sound a bit odd and a bit fiddly, but what you do is you get a bay leaf, you poke through it a clove, like that one there, and then you poke it into the side of a peeled onion, like so, and we'll do one more because we're going for 2 bay leaves and 2 cloves for this one medium-sized onion that we are using. So there goes, and they go into a pan. So you add in 1 pint or 600 millilitres of milk. The pan needs to be warmed gradually so that the flavours of the onion, bay and cloves can diffuse through gradually into the milk. Right, next job is to put 25 grams or an ounce of butter into a pan and melt it, and then you need to stir in 25 grams of plain flour once the butter has fully melted. Once the flour has mixed in with the melted butter, you then need to start ladling in the milk and keep stirring it to mix it all up. And eventually you need to add in all the milk. Well, if like my sauce, it became a little lumpy when you added in the milk, probably had the temperature up a little bit too high, but use a whisk. That really helps break up the lumps in the sauce, and my sauce now, thankfully, is really turning out well. Well, we're almost now at the point where we need to add the cheese, but first we need to add some seasoning, so some salt and pepper, but also a teaspoonful of mustard. Now, mustard choice is up to you, but we're using a teaspoonful of English mustard. Well, next comes the really cheesy bit, which is the adding the cheese. You need 200 grams or about 7 ounces of grated cheese, which you add to the sauce. Now, you don't need to reboil the sauce once the cheese has melted into it, but the next job after that is to put the cauliflower into an oven-proof dish like this. We've decided to add in the onion as well that we used in the initial phases of making the sauce. You don't have to do that, it's just that we didn't particularly want to waste it, so we've added that in as well. And the next job to do is to pour the cheese sauce onto the top of the cauliflower. So there we are, that's everything into the dish now, and what we've got is the cauliflower, the sauce over the top of it, and what we've done is we've taken one of the tomatoes from our greenhouse and we've chopped it, sliced it and put it on the top, and we've grated cheese over the top of that. So that is now ready to go into the oven at 200 degrees centigrade. So the cauliflower cheese has been in the oven for about 15 minutes, so we're just going to check it now. Oh, yay! Look at that. Lovely. So there we go, cauliflower cheese with a couple of slices of bacon. Great stuff.